Welcome to our e-Vidya classes. Students, previous classes we have discussed about three ranges. It is first one is Himadri, Himachal ranges. Two ranges we have discussed. Last one is Shivalik ranges. That is called lower Himalayas. So today we will discuss about the Shivalik range or lower Himalayas. So this is the southernmost and lowest range of the Himalayas. Rightfully called is lower Himalayas. This range is made of hills rather than the mountains. Only hills are there. The slopes have the thick forest which are teeming with wildlife. Okay, there are many wildlife are there. We can find the Kaziranga National Park and Jim Corbett National Park are two famous wildlife sanctuaries located in the Shivalik Hills. So this is the main two national park, Kaziranga National Park and Jim Corbett National Park are you can find. Okay, two famous wildlife sanctuaries. You can see Kaziranga National Park for rhinoceros and Jim Corbett National Park for tiger. Okay. See here you can see here student terrace farming is practiced, cattle rearing is also common. Okay, and terrace farming you see very nice beautiful location is see step by step they will cultivated on the slope of the hills. The Terai region south of the Sialik is a flat marshy land where the rice, wheat and sugarcane are cultivated in the abundance. Understood? So Nohakilaki Falls, Chirapunji, Assam. You can see here student Assam. This is the waterfall. So now you must have understood why Himalaya are important to not just for us Sherpas but also every Indian citizen. Let each one of us take a pledge or to nurture and protect the mighty Himalayas. Understood students? So now we will discuss the northern plains. What? The northern plains student you see. The northern plains also called the Indo-Gangetic plains. It is south of the Himalayas at least foothills. There are vast fertile lowland and extend from the Punjab in the west of Assam in the east. They also cover the states of Haryana, Uttarakhand and UP, Bihar, West Bengal. Okay, not all parts of the Assam lie in the plains. The plains approximately 2,400 kilometers student and the wide around 150 to 300 km. The important river originated in the Himalayas flow through this belt. River Indus flow through the Pakistan in the west. Okay, Indus through the Pakistan in the west. River Brahmaputra flow through the eastern India into Bangladesh. Where? Bangladesh. And finally into the Bay of Bengal. Where is Bay of Bengal student? I can show you. This side is Bay of Bengal. This is the Arabian Sea. Okay, in the Indian map. This side Bay of Bengal Sea. I will show you student. This is the Bay of Bengal. Okay. And the Ganga is the longest and most important river flowing through these plains. It flows into the Bay of Bengal. Ganga. Is their river flow down the Himalayas into the plains? They carry with them a lot of seals, which they deposit on the flat plains, making the soil very fertile. Naturally, agriculture becomes the main occupation here. As the rivers snow fed, they have the water throughout the year. Such rivers are called perennial rivers. Okay, water cover the area, that is called perennial river. Many important cities of India have developed a long bank of the river, these rivers and their tributaries. The city of the densely populated, there is an excellent network of roads and railway in each part of our country. This helps in the transporting the crops produced here. The other part of the country, the North Plains can be divided into three basins. North Plain is how many basins? Three. A Ganga basin, another was Brahmaputra basin and Sutlej basin. We will discuss. This is very important. Ganga, Brahmaputra and Sutlej. You can see Ganga basins and Brahmaputra basins and Sutlej basins. Okay student. So basin also, what do you mean by basin, student? Basin is an area watered by a river and its tributary, that is called basin. Okay, tributary means a small river or a stream that flow into a large river or lake, that is tributary. So basin means where area watered by a river or its tributaries. So we will discuss first the Ganga, student. It is very important, look at here. The Ganga is the holiest river of Hindus. Okay, it is 2500 kilometer long. It is very important, student, you have to remember. It originates from the Gangotri glacier. It's originated from the Gangotri glacier, student. You can see the, here I can show you Ganga, student. You can see here it is originated Gangotri, the Ganga river. It is Ganga river. To the West Bengal, Calcutta. Then it is reaches to Bay of Bengal. Okay, students. Gangotri glacier, as the Bhagirathi and the Alakananda. Okay, as the Bhagirathi and Alakananda river Mandakini originated from the another glacier near the Kedarnath. It joins the Alakananda at Rudra Prayag. Okay, so Ganga is originated about, it is 2500 km. It is originated from the Gangotri glacier as a Bhagirathi and Alakananda. The name is Bhagirathi and Alakananda. So here I can show you Gangotri glacier. You can see, student, this is the Gangotri glacier. That Gangotri glacier, the Ganga is originated. Okay, so as a name is Bhagirathi, then Alakananda. Where is Alakananda? I will show you, student. Okay, see, Bhagirathi and Alakananda. Okay, so at where the Mandakini originated from the Kedarnath, joins Alakananda at Rudraprayag. So you can see here, students, Rudraprayag. Okay, so very carefully we can look at this. From here it proceeds toward the Devaprayag. It is proceed from the Devaprayag, student. Okay, where the joins with the Bhagirathi to from the Ganga. The Ganga enters the plains of the Haridwar and flow through the states Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar and West Bengal. So Ganga flows at a special, student, you just should remember the state where Uttarakhand. Okay, where is Uttarakhand, UP, Uttarakhand, Ganga, Uttarakhand, UP and Bihar. Bihar and West Bengal. So Ganga is originated from enters to these states. It is joined by several tributaries along the way. The river again will come to Yamuna. Okay, so Yamuna, where is Yamuna, student? This is the Ganga. Then we will come to Yamuna. This is the Yamuna river. You see here also they are originated that same the Gangotri glacier. See, student, you can see here. See, Ganga is originated from Gangotri glacier and Yamuna is originated from Yamunotri glacier. So it is originated from the Yamunotri glacier, means Ganga at Allahabad. You can see, student, this is the Yamunotri glacier from here and this is the Gangotri glacier. Ganga is originated. The meeting point is called Sangam. And the Kumbh Mela is held here once every 12 years. Kumbh Mela, you know, student. So that Kumbh Mela is Yamuna river. It is celebrated at Allahabad. It is called Sangam. Okay, after every 12 years. Millions of pilgrims gathered at Allahabad. Okay, during this time. So you can see Gangas at Tehri Garhwal, Gangas at Varanasi. Okay, and Kumbh Mela. You can see large populated will be gathered together at this time. So river Gomati, Ghagra or Ghandak, Kosi and Chambal, Ken, Betwa, Sindh join the Ganga's edge flows easternwards. Take a look at the map, write the name of the important cities. So you see student, here the Ganga basin is the most densely populated part of our country. It is also most fertile. It is called food bowl of India. So food bowl of India is called our Ganga, because many crops are cultivated there. Crops like sugarcane, rice, wheat and jute are grown in plenty here. Okay, so it is called food bowl of India is our Ganga basin. So Ganga basin, first of all student, Ganga basin is originated from the Gangotri glacier and the Yamuna is Yamunotri glacier. So you can see here Yamunotri glacier. Understood students? So next we will go student the Brahmaputra. It is very important also. See the Brahmaputra basin. The Brahmaputra is the one of the major river of South Asia. Okay, major rivers. It is flows through the three continents: China, India, and Bangladesh. It is very important student, Brahmaputra. See, Brahmaputra is originated from the China, India, and Bangladesh. Okay, this is the Brahmaputra. It flows 2,900 km from its source in the Himalayas. 2,900 km till it meets the Bay of Bengal. Brahmaputra also Bay of Bengal. Born in Tibet as the Tansang, which means purifier, it flows the eastwards and takes a very sharp turn as it cuts across the gorges of the Himalayas. It enters India via Arunachal Pradesh. So it enters India via Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, Brahmaputra. This is the Arunachal Pradesh. देखो Tansang, the river you can see here, like this way he enters to the, this is the Brahmaputra river. Okay, Brahmaputra. Okay students, this is the Brahmaputra river. Tibet, it is original from the Tibet Himalayas, then turns toward the Assam. See Arunachal Pradesh, then Assam, then Bengal. It drains the Assam valley and east they joined by the other large river like Dibang and Subansiri among the other. Okay, the Brahmaputra river gains in volume as it flows the eastwards through the Assam and then turns throughout the southwards to the enter of Bangladesh. Southwards toward the enter of Bangladesh. Okay, here it meets the Gangas and together they form the largest delta in the world. Largest delta they formed. Okay, delta. What is delta? Now we will study students. So an area of land often shaped like a triangle. You can see it is just shaped like a triangle, in which a river divided into smaller river before it empties into a sea or ocean. That is called delta. The Brahmaputra Ganga delta is the world's largest delta covering parts of state of West Bengal in India and Bangladesh. It stretches from the river Hooghly in the west to the Meghna. You can see Meghna river. Okay, it is also known as the Sundarban delta. Okay, it empties into the Bay of Bengal. Kolkata and Haldia in India and Meghna and Chittagong in Bangladesh are the principal seaports of this delta. It's very important students. Okay students, next we will discuss about our remaining about Brahmaputra basin. Okay, so I hope all of you understood. Watch the video properly students. Next class we will discuss more about it. So thank you, take care.